Thanks. It's me wishing I was on the beach again. There we go.
So,
hopefully that'll work.
First page. It says solving exponential equations. So you got solving exponential equations. You're going to fold it in half, but not all the way, just enough for you to have like two little flaps. One that says rewriting logs, and then the other one's saying solving exponential equations.
There we go.
Yeah. So, repeat. The solving exponential equation is going to be face up, and then you're going to fold it down. So you'll have rewriting log equations on the top, and then the bottom solving exponential. So once you got that one, solving exponential equations. So this is the next page. This is going to be face up. So it's the one with questions. You're going to get the first page that you folded. You're going to put it on top like this. So you got solving exponential equations on the bottom, and then these two. And then you're going to fold this top where the crease is up here. There you go, something like that. Cool. You guys got it? So y'all should have probably got like 2 pieces of tape from his Castor. Yeah. So what you're gonna want to do with the tape is like you're gonna open the first page here, and then get a piece of tape, and then tape it right here in the middle where the crease is, so you connect to both pages.
Okay, everybody, on the tape. Wait.
And then for the second piece of tape, you're gonna go to the last page, over here, which says solving exponential equations, and then you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna take it right there. So now you should be able to fold your foldable. Yes, you. Cool. You guys did? Y'all ever done origami?
I tried it.
Origami is awesome. So, if you guys had to guess what we're learning about today, it's solving exponential equations. So let's turn the page, and we got these 6 problems here. And this is just a quick review over what we have learned so far. So if I gave you this log, are you able to rewrite it as an exponential? So for number 1, how would I? Yeah, 10(3) is equal to that. And number 2. Is that right though? Does 3 to the 4th give me a 27? Yeah? No? I don't know, is it? What is 3 to the 4th? Yeah, it's 81. I did an oopsie. That should have been an 81. So that's 81. That's an 81. That. So, what about number 3? How would I write that as a? Yeah. Let's see what it's saying. And then number 4. 11 to the negative 2 is equal to 1 over 121. All right. So, easy enough, hopefully. Now, for 5 and 6, you're actually, I forgot to write it, but it's rewrite in log form because it's already an exponential. So if I give you this exponential, how would it be in the log form?
Log 6, right here. Log 6, 1,200.
3x minus 5. I want the whole exponent. Cool. And then lastly, number 6. Cool. So my base is E. If I have a base of E, how? Yeah. And what's gonna be my argument? X plus 4. And 0 to 2. So, since we're learning how to solve exponential equations, yeah, actually, we are going to go back to 5. So, this is a form, an exponential equation form you guys are going to see. And basically, we're going to solve or evaluate what log 6, 1296 is equal to. So, what is that equal to? So, this is equal to 4?
It's a 3x minus 5 equals 4.
Yeah. 4 is 3x minus 5. And then we just solve for x. So how do I solve for x? Yeah. F5 to both sides. Get 9 is equal to 3x. Divide by 3. Yep. And that's your final answer. Cool. All right. So let's flip the page. And these are right here. These are the steps that we're going to take whenever we're given an exponential equation. So kind of like regular equations where we want to isolate the x, we're going to isolate the exponential expression to one side of the equation, if necessary. Sometimes you won't, depending on what they give you. Step 2, just rewrite the equation into a log, which I think we have a pretty good idea how to do that right now. And then step 3, just simplify and solve.
So this is number 1x equal to.
For number 1, x would equal to 3. Yeah. So if you know your exponents, you're like, oh yeah, that's x is equal to 3. Let's say you didn't. Let's do the steps. So step 1, isolate the exponential expression. What is my exponential expression on here? Yeah. So you're going to want to isolate the number being raised to something, 5x. And then I'll rewrite that as a log, which would be, yeah, equal to x. And what's log 5, 125? 3. Boop. So if we move on to number 2, is my exponential expression isolated? Yeah, you got to add 11 because it's minus 11. So add 11 to both sides. You get 2 to the x is equal to 16. And then we'll move on to step 2, which is changing it into a log. How would I switch this to a log? Yeah. And what is log 216 equal to? Yeah. That's which one. Cool. Easy enough? Question mark? Yeah. All right. So let's on to number 3. Is my exponential expression isolated? Yeah. I mean, I got a number being raised to some exponent. Yeah. So I'll log it. So this log 3, 4, is that going to be a pretty number? Nah. So just save it for last. Because if you like put it into the calculator, obviously you're not going to write the whole thing. That's going to give it to you. You're going to end up rounding, and it's not going to be as accurate as they want it to be. So we're going to leave this for last. So now how do I get x by itself? Yeah, I want x by itself now. Ooh, what about this 3? Are you sure? We will subtract 3 from both sides. So you're going to get your log base 3, 4. And in the calculator, there's going to be parentheses here between the 4. Minus 3 is equal to minus 2x. And what do I do with this minus 2? Divide by minus 2. And then we're just going to put this into the calculator. You guys know how to get the log with the base on the calculator. All right, so the way I do it, you go to math. You press alpha, boom, and then you press math again. Math, alpha, math. And the way I do it is I do the numerator first, so log 3, 4, and then a minus 3, and I get an answer. And then whatever you get for that, you'll divide by your denominator. So then I'll divide by -2. Is that what y'all got? Yeah.
I put log 3 and then parentheses. Oh, the 3. My bad.
Okay. So this should be your final answer, but in the big ideas or your homework, they're gonna want you to round up to 3 decimal places. So x is gonna equal 2, 0.869. Yeah. Number 4. So, step 1 is my exponential expression isolated. I mean, what is my exponential expression? Yeah, e6x. So I need to get rid of this 10 in front of the e. And how do I do that? Yeah. We're going to divide by 10, both sides. You get e to the 6x is equal to, what is e over 10 divided by 10? E. There is an e. So here's the thing. When you got a fraction and it's being divided by a whole number, you'll multiply your whole number with the denominator. Yeah, it's going to be 100. Well, if we multiply by 100, then that 100 goes away, right? But then we're going to have 100 here. And then it's just replacing the 10 with 100. So all we want is just to isolate. And then just go to step 2, which is changing to a log. So there's going to be a fraction in that log. So how would I rewrite this as a log? Log e, base e, so I'll write ln. And what's going to go inside my ln? E over 100. And that's going to be equal to 6x. And now I want to get rid of the 6, so divided by 6. Yep. And then go into the calculator. You guys know where the ln button is at. If not, it's right under the log button. And then to get just the letter E, you'll go to second and then the division sign. To get E, you press the second button, so the blue button, and then press the division sign. ln is right above the log, or below the log. So your log button, and then under it is the ln button. So ln E divided by 100. I get that. And then divided by our 6. Is that what you guys get? Yeah. All right. So what's x equal to? 0. And then 1. Yeah. Cool. So what do you guys think? Pretty good. Cool. Cool. I sure hope so. So let's move on to number 5. So number 5 says that Philip deposits $5,000 in an account that pays 2.25% annual interest. So how long will it take the balance to reach $5,600 when the interest is compounded quarterly? So we got a compound interest question. Do you guys remember the equation? One. Yeah. And there's something else. And T. Let's go. All right. So we got the equation here. I'm going to go off to the side, and I'm going to write all the variables on here. So we got an A, we got a P, we got the R, we got the N, ooh, we got the T. So now we're going to go back into the question, and then label each variable with the number that they give us. Ooh, well, let's start off with 5,000. What's 5,000? P is 5,000. And then the 2.25%?
R.
Well, we don't like percentages, we want decimals, so. And what about the 5,600? That's okay. What's going to be our N?
4.
Why is it 4 on?
It's quarterly.
Yeah, because this is quarterly. So, quarterly, 4 times a year. And the question asks, how long will it take? So, how long? That's just time. So, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for time. So, now we'll plug in the numbers into the equation. So A was 5,600, is equal to 5,000. 1 plus 0.0225 over 4 raised to the 4t. So we got whatever the heck this is. We're going to simplify this into just 1. We're going to combine it. So I went to the calculator and find out what 1 plus that fraction, whatever that fraction is. So 1 plus 0.0225. What do y'all get?
2.05625.
Cool. So I'm going to rewrite my equation. 5,600 is equal to 5,000. And then plug in what I got. So 1.005625 raised to the 4t. So does this look like an exponential equation? Oh, the continuous equation? That's if my base is E, right? So yeah, it does look like it. And is continuous equation, is that an exponential equation? I mean, do we have a number being raised to something? Yeah, so that's an exponential equation. So what's my exponential expression? Yeah, so it's going to be all this good stuff. Ah. So I need to isolate that bad boy. And how do I do that? Divide. Divide by what? Yeah. So 5,600. So that should get you a 112 to 1.005625 14. And now what I do after that? What's my step 2?
Look at that.
Put it in log. So log. What's my base?
1.0565.
Yeah, 1.562. And then my argument? Yep. 1.12. And that's going to equal to my exponent for t. And I'm solving for t. Yeah. And then we put into the calculator. So math, alpha math. 1.005625. 2. 4. 5.
1.051.
That's what t equals. So it's going to take about 5 years in order to $5,000 turn into $5,600. Are you guys okay? Are your brains almost dead? Yeah.
Almost.
Almost. Well, the good news is there's only 4 questions on the other one. So, yeah, look at that. So, before we do the problems, what is the exponential equality? So, kind of like a log equality. If you got a number, so like a b to the x being equal to b to the y, that's going to be true if x is what? X has to equal something. In order for these, x equals y. That's equality. So exponential equations, they're going to look like, that's what we've been doing. So they're going to look like this one, or they're going to look like this. So we got 2 exponents on both sides of the equation. So if by chance you get an equation that looks like this, we can use the exponential equality. So step 1, you look at your equation, you make sure the bases are the same. If the bases are not the same, you're going to have to switch one of them in order for them to be the same. And we got an example that shows us how to do that. So we'll go over it. So once you got the bases to be the same, you're going to rewrite a new equation using your exponents. So kind of like over here. And then we'll solve for x using this new equation. That's our step 3. So in this example here, are my bases the same? Yeah. So since the bases are the same, I can use the exponential equality. So what's my exponent for this guy? X minus 7. And I'm going to set that equal to the exponent of this guy. And what is that? Yep. And then we just solve for x. Add 7. Cool. Add 7. We got x is equal to 2x plus 10. And I want all of these x's to be on the other side. So, yep. Plus u. So now you got minus x is equal to 10. And we want, yeah, we want x to be positive, so x is equal to 10. Cool. Right here. So whenever you're solving exponential equations, you want to move all your x's to one side and then all your numbers to the other side. So over here, we had an x minus 7. So we added 7 to have all the numbers here. And then we're left with x is equal to 2x plus 10. But now we want to move this 2x over here, and that's why we subtract 2.
Okay. So if we want our numbers to be on one side, how does the 2 from the 2x go back to that?
How did this one go?
No, like that one that you have your finger on.
This one.
Yeah, why is there still a 2 there if it's supposed to be on that side? Stop looking at me.
I subtracted, yeah.
You subtracted 2?
Yeah, because it's a 2x. So how do you get rid of a 2x?
No, I get that part where you
Yeah.
canceled it out, but isn't there still a 2x right there on that side where your finger is?
Yeah, so like x minus 2x, that gets me a negative x.
Okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Cool.
Shut up, looking at me like that. I just can't get it, my brain was such an idea.
It's the end of the day. So. All right, last example. So, are my bases the same for this one? No, so we're gonna have to change one of these. The one that we're gonna want to change is gonna be our 9. So the way that we change it is, I'm gonna write it off to the side here. So I got a base of 3, and then a base of 9. And I'm putting a little equal sign here in the middle. So kind of rewriting this, but without the exponents. So what can I do to my 3 to get a 9? To the power of 2. Yeah, because 3 squared is equal to 9. So since 3 squared is equal to 9, we're going to take this and we're going to replace it with for the 9. So then you got 3x plus 1 is equal to 9, which is 3 squared. And that 9 is being raised to the x minus 3. Yeah. Oh, that's supposed to be a 3. That's 3. Yeah, that's a 3. So now I got a 3 being raised to the 2, but that 2 is being raised to the x minus 3. So if I got an exponent being raised to an exponent, what can I do to these to simplify? Yeah, you multiply. So again, 3x plus 1 is equal to 3. 2 times x minus 3. And what I do to this 2? If I'm multiplying? Yeah, you distribute it to the 2. So now I get 3x plus 1 is equal to 3. 2x minus 6. So now, are my bases the same?
Yeah, so the cancel out.
Yeah. So what's going to be my equation that I'm going to be working with? Nice. I'm going to add 6 plus 6. X plus 7 is equal to 2x, and then a minus x. X is equal to 7. Cool. Y'all think. So I guess, yeah, we got two different types of exponential equations. If you want to use the exponential equality, you just got to make sure that you have exponents on both sides of the equation. So now number 1 through 4. What I would like for you guys to do is to get up and do 1 through 4 on the board, like the whiteboards. With a partner, if you can. I want to see y'all's work. Cool. Notes are allowed, obviously. Plus, we got the whiteboard back here too. So, there's dry erase markers and then the little erasers, I guess.
Some markers don't work.
If they're really not working, chuck them. It's that time of the year. No, you guys can use that board over there. You can use that one back there. You can use this one up here. Oh. What's up? Well, we're finishing up the notes right now, and then we're going to kind of come back together to rework them. So I'd like you to just maybe find a partner to work with. So you're going to kind of talk through some of these for right now, because then we're going to come back together to make sure you guys are good at it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah.
And we got and then from here. You want us to leave the work on the board?
Do it
You want us to leave the work on the board?
until Mr. Flores can come around and check it.
Why do you have to do all the hard ones?
I need to see it. You said that. This one's hard.
Have you done this one?
Since they're not the same, how to raise this.
This one's dry. I don't know anything.
So we get this one. What's on the
Does it have to be distributed or can we add?
So I would add up.
Yeah.
So we could do.
I mean, if I look up.
Most times, it's like 3 and this like 2.
It's like a base.
I think we have to. Never mind then. I thought yeah. So we can't do 9.
Because who's the third I was there? Off the man. Oh.
So you just.
Oh, so they're
Making the 8.
Okay. So if you wanted to say that, we don't want to. Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
How do you put the fraction again? Sure.
Alpha y equals.
Yeah, we did it.
Thank you. I need to write that down.
Quickly there and quickly back, please.
Oh, so you guys, when you get to number 4, now it's actually extra credit. You guys, if you guys can figure that one out, extra credit.
I'm off the photo match.
You gotta explain it to get the extra credit, though. You gotta explain it.
Yes.
Oh, you know, like I should write
Like,
it.
explain it to the class. Oh, okay.
So you got correction is based on
Somebody better be right.
I just turned it with a water.
So you got what exponent? What does exponent mean? Fraction into a whole.
White delta.
But I think it's probably the same thing. So then it's just extra. So.
The little. Oh, you mean in the office? In the office in general? I'm just making sure everything's. 2, 5, 8. I really don't know if 1, 6. It's all 3 of the, it's all for the middle one, so the middle column.
All of this.
I said 1 over 6.
Think about
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna be one.
Oh, really?
Literally.
Some negatives.
And my mom is Sagittarius. That's why she's like psychic. Right now.
So what are you saying?
It's gonna just the same way around. It's got a negative.
Just go. No, all Gemini's.
Okay. The middle one.
Wow.
It's not working. We have to find the square root. No, 2, 5, 8, 0. All of them. You got it? I just need that. I'm too comfortable with calling you while I'm at school.
So like rewriting it.
Oh, this is.
And then if you want to switch to big number. So I need something.
Oh, you want the extra credit? Yes. Irish all day. Yeah. 3, no, 2 Why?
Señor, oh my God.
She did not have Okay, so this is equals right? And that's the 6. So, and then let's do. Sorry, that was really small. 4 So x minus 4x. Damn! Do you need help? Yes. Help or help you? I don't think they're gonna be the same. I need to figure out what they're Oh, yeah.
She's in specific.
There's no way. There's no way.
Yes, there is. No, don't do that. It's absolutely right.
Kind of dog. I know, my God, she was made to find all these animals are just my dad's just put it back.
How are we doing?
I don't understand.
Wouldn't this be 2?
Your 2 to the 3rd was right.
Okay.
Yeah. So then what you want to do is in place of the 8
Here, you're going to put 2 to the 3rd. There you go.
Now what do you do when you have an exponent raised to a
Oh, I thought someone was still working on the extra credit. Something.
We want to replace the.
I'm raising an exponent to an exponent, and then I'm making that number bigger or smaller.
Oh, smaller. No, bigger.
Bigger, right? Exponents to exponents. Our exponents, right? We're going big. So the bigger. What's another operation that makes it bigger? 2 to the 3rd to the 3rd means I have 3. So 2 to the 3rd times 2 to the 3rd.
We want to change the base.
So we just put this stuck in the card. Now, 2 to the 3rd means 2 times 2. 2. Times 2 times 2 times 2.
Okay, so we wouldn't do anything.
I gotta write that short.
So then this would be.
What's the shortcut? So if you get stuck, if you forget that, you can always expand it out to kind of get yourself. And on the other side, you still have 2 to the x. So now what's going to happen? There you
That is actually why. Oh, if I do it.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then whenever you insert
Okay, wait. Do you want to try this?
Yes, you have to crack on.
I was gonna say, hey, no.
Because my dad has an issue with
Oh, you know, people were like, and or this stuff. I think I'm I'm doing this wrong because I have the right answer and then I'm just trying to the plain black. I was like, I don't know. Still on number 3. I'm like racing it. I thought I had to do my answer. Shut up. I asked you for your opinion. That's a little name.
You guys never heard them do that? What's like your middle name? Some people are like, oh, yeah. You're like, oh.
What are you doing? You know you got a sweater, right?
Oh, I'm not explaining.
You got a sweater. You know you got a shirt.
My name is
So who would say?
Samantha.
Where you get long from?
From Mathway?
Who knows? This boy.
That is not what we're erasing. That is not what we're doing.
It's not as bad as you think it is, but you're gonna have to use something that we learned last 6 weeks.
Yes, sure. I'm sorry.
What can
No, right there.
Just before, what can we do before to get to 60?
Stop.
Give me 64. So now what can we do? Then what would I have to do to the 4 to make it a 1/4? Then what would I have to do to the exponent? So this is kind of backwards of what we did last meeting period. We had this and we're working towards this, but you also want to recognize that this one. So that's what you're going to want to put. So when you see those fractions, think about the denominator of the fraction, because usually we'll do the numerator. You guys won't. We're going to be nice. So think about the denominator and what you would have to do to get the denominator to that, and then just make it.
You said 4 extra credit? I did mine as a-
Oh, I didn't think it's in it. I probably ought to do that.
my test is-
That's part of the process. I'm talking about the rest of it. Yeah.
I'll break that.
How long have you got?
Carbon. Sam, Trevor, Dylan,
You got it.
Josh is here. Maddie, Gabby, Brendan, Chess,
I said okay.
Judith,
My tea, I like my tea. Whoa!
Everybody knows how to go. Maybe you'll pass. Not even doing Oh, Sam, so pretty. Okay, I'm checking. Is that how you do it? I think that's how you do it. Like a big little eye. That's all I just, I don't think it's just this. Okay.
okay, I'm over there.
Oh my God.
Stop.
But,
Don't, man.
oh, can I move back over?
Oh, you want to make more? Okay.
Yes.
Am I doing this right?
I didn't want to be at 64.
Oh my gosh.
Look, I saw that on the.
This was right. Just number the name too. Right process, wrong number.
Wait.
I'm so new.
Dang.
I had a word and now that's the wrong word.
Trevor, please.
It's just better to do this time.
What?
There's no this time. It's something I don't even get like.
You got me to start. That's a
My mom.
I was to tell you this. Jay.
Erased our board.
I mean, it's easier to.
Yes.
It seemed to improve. Recommended from like starting to like finish. Every day improves.
Air? Oh, I. It's either apple or.
Here. This thing is very nice.
No, it's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, person's trying to get a map. What's worse?
So then what does that?
Yeah.
Miss Castor, give us a letter.
Right here?
Give us a letter.
C.
Castor.
What's up?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gosh, that's right there.
No.
Oh my god. This is not even teaching. This is and then
Oh, it's a person?
that's
Oh, that's right, it's an object. You want an A in this class? You want a big object? It's something you want in this class. Oh, it's a calculator? That's not calculator. Something you want out of this class. You just said in this class. You better than us. Everybody got a letter?
Come on, you got it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Siri, pick a letter. Anyway. Oh, T. Oh, my MacBook Pro. Okay.
Oh, no, I was gonna say.
Slash Pro, so either or, MacBook Air or Pro.
I was like, Mac and cheese.
Okay.
I wanna go next.
Okay.
No, I do.
Oh.
I'm gonna say words now.
Okay.
Like it?
Yeah.
One.
I want to be shy.
So I started coloring it in because I realized.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's sunglasses.
Okay, I was like, wait a
Teenagers.
minute.
I realized it after I made.
Wait,
Oh, no, no, no.
Second of us, good partner work.
Okay. I guess.
Let's try to do
Wait, you're going down really obscure.
That means.
The end right
I thought it was
there.
N. There's no N. Oh. It does look like an N. A-E-I-O.
It's simple.
Hi.
Wait, really?
No. I don't close my E. I don't close my E. Why? I don't like that.
So it's like this.
No, my E's look like this.
That was
My T's look like this.
You would just draw an E like this.
Oh,
I'm just like my bear now. I'm just saying. I'm talking about I'm gonna draw E like.
How do you draw your O's?
I would hate
Like
it.
a O? Wait, hold on, do it again, but slower. Okay, what about you, Jim? How do you draw your S's? How do you like it? Okay. I write them on the bottom.
I know what you want to do.
Ew! Look how much nicer it's
Oh, I draw my T like this.
I hate that. I draw my whenever I'm writing.
How do you make your face?
What's your face?
Like that.
Like that.
Some people go like this.
See, there you go. Start heading back. I'm ready to finish my word. Just can we finish my word first? In like the next 30 seconds. Okay, y'all guess letters. Just the letters. Yeah, keep going. Hey. No.
L, F, H.
Hold on.
L, F, H, L, F, H.
Probably need to go do that.
Oh.
And behind them,
Oh.
bring it down.
I said it. I literally said it.
You cannot figure out this word.
No.
No!
Pneumonia.
It's pineapple.
You spelled it.
I did it.
Where's
Where's the eraser?
it?
Don't erase
Yeah.
it. Or are we supposed to?
I like it. It took me a second to process what you were doing, but yes.
Oh, but you're good. Where's my name? This is your name. Right there.
Am I right or just?
I'm about to blind you, Kendall. I'm gonna turn this back on.
Okay, I'm done. I can't do this.
I'm so tired.
No.
Mr. Flores.
Oh, tomorrow. I'm sorry.
You've been laughing the whole time. I would just go with that. Like, I know I get like that.
How you ready, James?
Like, first, I read it. Like, I said,
Over here.
and I finished
Like
like this.
for the
Sam, you're about to win,
So
bro.
yeah, I agree with this one.
My favorite is
The
bro, you
64.
woke me up at 3 in the morning and said, "Oh, check out this." It is very true. I got a text. I have the chat log. I have the
So
chat
you
log.
can put this in to the 64,
Drop it. Oh. Okay. Everything else.
and then everything else.
I can just.
Trevor, how many chips do I have left?
So,
I'll be anybody come on me.
I'm gonna play you. I'm gonna play you.
Oh, yes.
All right,
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Never
I'm
mind.
dog.
So how'd it go? How was it?
It was
Easy?
I mean, it was easy. The first two were easy.
First?
the fourth one. I still don't understand.
It's like the fourth one, I had to Google that one. 'Cause I was like, I need to show you. Yes.
Aw, shit.
Oh,
I needed help.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about number 4. But first, so number 1.
Cancel out 50.
Cancel it. Yeah.
And then 5 is 4. And then minus 3x.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And I got 2 is equal to 4.
And then divide by 2 on both sides. And then x equals 2.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. The first ones are always easy. Cool. Everyone else agree with her? All right. What about number 2 here?
Well, 2 times the 2x equals to the third times the third.
Whoa. So 2,
2x
2x
equals
equals,
2 to the third
okay,
or parentheses third.
right. Why is it 2 to the thirds? Why did you get 2/3 on here?
Because that's what a equals.
Yes. Yeah. So,
It'll be 2 9.
yeah, it'll be 2 9. Uh-huh. So now my bases are the same.
So it'll be x equals.
So x is equal to 9. Cool beans. What about number 3? Ugh.
Number 3. I
Yeah.
think number 3. I don't know if my answer is right now.
What did you do?
I said I did number 3, but I don't know if it's right. So
And nobody else can read it.
1/4 to the negative third, and then got 64. And then I canceled out the 64s and did 2x plus 2 equals x minus 2. And then I subtracted x on both sides and got x plus 2 equals negative 2. And then I subtracted 2 on both sides and got x equals negative 4. Yeah, that's right.
So, no, what did you get?
I had the same thing, but I know you said that was wrong, so.
Not really. Okay. So, do you guys agree that 1/4 to the negative 3, that gives me a 64? Right? You guys, there's that part. So, whenever we're doing these, what we want to do is switch the bigger number to have the same base as the little one. So since 64 is equal to this, I'm going to plug this in for 64. So I guess what you did was you put the negative 3 over here. Is that what you did?
Yeah, and then I just changed it to 64 for both.
Yeah. See, but the thing is, what you do to one side of the equation, you got to do to the other side too.
That's what messed me up.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, so you're gonna put the negative 3 into the 64 and make it 1.
yep.
So what you're doing is actually taking 64 and replacing it with 1/4 to the negative third power. So I think that's been the biggest misconception that I've seen over the last 2 days with this set of notes. So by doing a negative 3 over here, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. You're doing an operation, right? You're raising it to the negative third power. That's an operation because it's an exponent. So that's where you one side have to do to the other, right? So instead of doing that, because now that is not equivalent to what it started out with, so you just totally changed the equation. So instead, what you find is something that's equivalent to 64 and replace it. Replacing doesn't change the value. Does that make sense?
So, I got that 1/4, 2x plus 2. I'm going to replace the 64 for 1/4 to negative 3, which is equal to 64. And that 64 is being raised to the x minus 2. So raise that to the x minus 2. Yep, we distribute it. Nope. So I got 1/4, 2x plus 2 is equal to 1/4 negative 3x plus 6. So are my bases the same now? Yeah. So I'm going to rewrite 2x plus 2 is equal to negative 3x plus 6. We add 3x. Or it's going over here. 5. Yeah. 5x plus 2 is equal to 6. Oh, shoot. Minus 2, minus 2. Running out of room. 5x is equal to 4. So what is x equal to? X is equal to 4 or 5? Cool. So does that make a little bit more sense? How to do number 3? All right. So we're gonna move on to number 4. Did anyone actually get something for number 4?
No, the parts I got is 8 and it's roll out.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
So, what did you guys pick up today before class? We got the review, picked up the notes, and what else? The calculator. So yeah, we're gonna use the calculator on this one. So we're gonna go to the y equals, and then for y1, we're gonna plug in 2 to the x, 2 to the x, and then for y2, we're gonna plug in the other side of the equation, which was, I guess hopefully you guys see it, 3x 3 to the x plus 1. So once you got that, you're gonna go to graph. And then it might take a while, but you're gonna get 2 different graphs. So there's one, and then there's the other one. So once you got those, you're gonna hit the second button, hit the trace button, and then you're gonna go down to number 5 where it says intersect. Press enter, and then you're gonna press enter like 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So what does it say my x is equal to?
Negative 2.709.
Yeah, that's your answer for x.
That was very easy though.
Yeah, well,
Well, on the calculator.
on the
So we wouldn't have you guys do that one algebraically. That one's a little above where we have to go algebraically. But the nice thing about knowing now how to do it in the calculator is that these other problems you guys did today, you could actually check using the calculator, right? So put the left side in Y1, put the right side in Y2, look for the intersection. Now I'm going to be asking for work. Work does not mean show me a picture of your calculator, right? So we need to do them algebraically, but then you can check them graphically. Okay? Is that it?
And I think that's it for today.
That's it? All right, so we have a little over 5 minutes left. Let me explain how the homework is working before you guys pack all up. So freeze for just a second. I want to make sure everybody's clear. So you do have one homework assignment, big ideas again, for 7.6. But remember I told you guys 7.6 is actually taking us 2 days, right? So the homework is actually covering both days. So your homework is not due on Friday, the next time I see you. The homework is actually due the following Tuesday. However, I would highly recommend you try to go ahead and do some of the exponential problems in your homework before you come back. It will benefit you in the fact that you'll have less homework to do for Tuesday next week. And 2, practicing the exponential stuff now is going to help you guys out on Friday when you come back and do the logarithmic stuff. Does that make sense? Plus, if you run across any questions, we have time on Friday, we can get those questions answered. Sound like a plan? Okay, if you have one in my calculators, just keep it. When we clean down the desk, we'll have to clean the calculators too, so just hang on to them. We'll spray everything down at the same time.
Yes. Really short.
I knew it was hard as hell. I was lying back here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in a minute.
And just add me to it.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, hold on, wait.
See if I can find a stop. I just have one cup. And I was lying back.
It's just like a game with the one. I've never done that.
Just kidding, I'm just kidding.
Let's say.
Did you do it? You gotta say your name.
I'm the no.
Say your name.
I'm the no.
I'm not gonna remember that.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
Who is this?
That's,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, he did that last class. That's what you can grab.
Guys, some reverse. Some reverse.
Oh, I got my phone up.
Some reverse real quick. Some reverses.
I know. That's why I did it.
I'm about the dog.
I need to take one
I'm about the dog thing.
I am.
Some reverses.
Thank you, dear.
Here.
All right.
I think after the round here, I don't wanna get to try to.
Oh yeah, Sam, I'm coming. Hey, change it, Sam, it's your dog.
Damn, why would
This taking too long. You better make a drop there.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I got that shoulder.
I,
Oh.
oh, I can't.
Wipe it down and then you guys can put them out.
Yeah,
Somebody
I'm
got
told
plus
you,
four.
sir.
Ooh, you been that. You been that.
Let's go.
I got my coworker.
Plus four, Sam.
Say not like that. Yeah, talk to me.
Hold up, Sam.
I'm sorry, Brandon.
Oh.
I'm testing too.
It's okay, Sam, I'll come back to you.
Whatever we got for.
You plus four me in the beginning.
Okay, and oh, I
I don't know why.
No, our water here broke. So now I can't take a hot shower anymore.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm not sure to get.
I did.
I'm not the one who's about to win this thing.
I'm not going to.
Oh, I need to stop.
You probably
Okay,
really get up really early.
plus two.
I said that first.
Why are you?
You guys are pretty good for me.
That game.
I lost my AirPods.